Hey Sagittarius, this is your general reading for September 2019. As always, since it's a general reading, not everything may apply to you, or it may apply differently to different people. And you can always schedule an individual reading with me by clicking the link to my calendar on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. So, let's see what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for September 2019. There we go. Okay, we are ready for Sagittarius. Let's make some room. Moon in Sagittarius. Awesome, Kathy. You've been spot on for all of them. That is so cool. So, as always, if you know a Sagittarius or if you've watched any of my other videos and you love it and you know someone who's the same sign or something, please share these videos with them so that they might be able to enjoy it as well. Okay, here we go, Sagittarius. Oh. Okay, so Sagittarius, you guys have been making some progress as well, and I'm glad to see forward motion is happening here. So this kind of indicates that Sagittarius, leading up until now, some of you guys may have been feeling like you need to defend yourself in a certain area of your life. And it may also have felt like things may not have been going your way. They've not either been going the way that you had planned or you had hoped, or they've been sort of just falling apart in some areas of your life. And so it looks like leading up until now, up until the beginning of September, there may have been this like feeling of having to defend yourself, feeling like things aren't going the way you want them to, sort of focusing on the negative things that have been happening. And also maybe feeling like something is blocking you from moving forward, right? So there may be a little bit of blame. Well, if such and such or so-and-so did or didn't do whatever, then I could or couldn't or wouldn't or shouldn't or whatever. You know, there's this indication of like, you know, defending yourself and possibly blaming someone else for things not going well. It's not necessarily the case. I'll pull some more cards in a minute and we'll get some more information. But here's the thing. You guys have come a very long way in moving through some of these difficult things, and there's still a little bit of a ways to go. Just a little bit though. There's a lot of progress happening this month for a lot of signs. And I'm happy to see this because very quickly you have something coming out of nowhere, like a gift from the heavens, sort of just appearing, right? It seems to you as though it appears out of nowhere, but likely this has a lot to do with all of the work that you've done so far. It has a lot to do with letting go of blame. It has a lot to do with just starting to step into who you are and being yourself, as opposed to wasting time trying to defend it or convince someone of something. Just being yourself and stepping into that and having come so far in that area is playing a large role in something seemingly coming out of nowhere that's like feels very helpful and miraculous. So yeah, so again, back to those things that have maybe felt uncomfortable or felt like you've needed to defend yourself in certain areas, and also maybe feeling like things were not going the way you had wanted to. There's an aspect also of defeat. So feeling like you may have been, part of you may feel like you've been defeated in some area. It may have felt like you've been stabbed in the back in some area. And for some people, it may actually have manifested as actual back pain. So like if my back didn't hurt, then I would be doing the things that I loved, right? But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Again, this is probably something more for an individual reading, but there's always options and there's always more to the story, right? So granted, sure, we all at some point feel defeated. We all at some point feel stabbed in the back, but it doesn't mean we have to stay there. Okay, and you guys are making forward motion, forward progress. This is moving forward emotionally, right? So letting go of the heavy bags of emotion that you may have been carrying up until now. Letting go of the blame for how you're feeling. You can't blame someone else for how you're feeling or for holding yourself back, right? Sure, it may look that way on the surface, that so-and-so is holding us back, or this back problem is holding me back. Either way, that's not necessarily always the case. You can always somehow move forward. Yeah, and so when this is the thing, that you can always move forward, and there's several ways this can happen, and it can manifest differently for different people. So some people, it takes the tower card to move them forward. It takes tearing down everything that they've known up until this point in order for them to start over fresh and move forward, right? That's a painful way to do it, and I think every person in the world probably goes through that at least once in their life, if not several times. It happens sometimes, but there's also the option to move forward without it having to be so painful. But in order to do that, you have to kind of let go of any potential victim mentality. Now, this is not to invalidate anyone who may have been victimized. Like that's a difficult subject. I totally get that, and I've been there myself. So I understand, but I do not mean to like invalidate anyone who may have been victimized in some way and maybe blaming the person who victimized them. I get that. But at some point, it is totally possible to realize, like, yes, something horrible may have happened, or I may have been victimized in some way. And at some point, when it's not happening anymore, there's a choice to stay wallowing in it and to prevent yourself from moving forward because of it, or to like drop those bags, like cut those ties and pick up where you are and realize that maybe this plays a role in who you've become. Sure. And it is possible to be happy again. It is possible to move forward with lots of support and help. Okay. And I love this too, because even though it looks like, you know, for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, even though it looks like there may have been a lot of pain that has been experienced, something really good is coming out of nowhere, and that may be a foreign concept to some of you. And I get that too, right? I get that. I totally understand. So, but it really looks like very soon you're moving towards, if you haven't experienced it recently already, then very soon you're about to experience like a miracle or something coming out of nowhere, like a gift from the heavens. And that may be a foreign experience to you. And if so, make sure that you are open to receiving it, because your mindset could keep you stuck in the uncomfortable feelings only because they're habitual, only because you're used to the uncomfortable feelings, only because you're used to things not going your way, or you're used to people treating you like shit, or you're used to people stabbing you in the back in some way, right? At some point, like, we can want and want and want to be happy for the rest of our lives, but at some point, you have to choose to either keep wanting that or to start actually being that, right? It's a tricky thing. It can be a super tricky thing. So something very good is coming, and I'm very happy for that. And so this is like your opportunity to shift your mindset into what that might feel like or be like if you actually allowed and received and embodied the good, and didn't have to focus so much on the negative, even though that's what you're used to, possibly. So there are messages in your emotions, okay? So any of your emotions that come up are absolutely 100% valid. And there are messages in that helps you understand and realize on a conscious level what is and is not important to you, what you do and you don't need in your life, and what you do and you don't want in your life, and then how to go about it, receiving that. And rest plays a big role in this too. For some of you guys, this could be related to working so hard, overdoing it, working so much that you hurt yourself in some possible way, even if you didn't necessarily mean to. So rest is playing a huge role in here too. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to receive the good things that are coming, because they are. They very, very much are. Awesome. So again, there's also an indication of getting your home in order, in a place that it feels comfortable, where it feels like your own inner peaceful sanctuary, and then being able to rest in that, to be able to enjoy your own home, to enjoy your own space, whether it's your home or a different space. But there's some indication of creating a peaceful space for yourself where you can rest, where you can relax, where you can sort of open up to be receiving. Yeah, that's a good one to end on. I love this. Temperance. So Sagittarius, you are absolutely divinely protected and supported in all of this difficult stuff that you may have been going through recently, leading up to September, maybe a little bit in the beginning of September as well, possibly even to maybe the middle of September, the new moon, or the full moon. We just had the new moon, but the full moon coming up. And again, with that energy of the full moon, that's an amazing time to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Let go of the mindset that keeps you stuck. Let go of the things that just aren't working, and being open to and shifting into a new open mindset of receiving the good things. Like this connecting, tapping into that feminine energy of receiving. And this goes for men and women, right? Because the feminine energy is the energy of receiving. So you're very, very much supported in moving forward in this. I'm very happy for you guys. Okay, so your romance card for Sagittarius for September. Right on time. Oh my God. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So yeah, this is amazing. Letting go of the things, like trying to control things and then them not going your way, is just like a vicious cycle, right? When you let go, things can often turn out a million times better than you thought they might, or had ever even considered. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for watching. Okay, so this is our, there we go, Wayne Dyer, Secrets for Success and Inner Peace deck. The 10th secret. Wisdom is avoiding all thoughts that weaken you. Use your mind to empower you. Again, like not so much focusing on the negative things. Granted, of course, you have to be aware of them enough to be able to do something about it, but not get stuck in it, right? Authentic wisdom is the ability to shift out of those thoughts that weaken you and keep yourself in a higher state of consciousness. When you use your mind to empower you, you're appealing to that which uplifts and raises your spirits. I love that. Okay, and then our other Wayne Dyer deck. This is his inspiration cards. Nice. Oh, 2 of them. Be an example of inner peace. Being an example of inner peace is an effective way of expressing your desire to offer inspiration to others. When you're at peace with your life and in a state of tranquility, you actually send out a vibration of energy that impacts all living creatures, including plants, animals, and even babies. Aww. Babies naturally do that too, right? And they're not in control, right? They're not having to control anything. Okay, and summon the well-being of God. When you remember to summon the well-being of God, however you understand God for yourself, and know that you're always connected to this source, it is then that you're said to be inspired. Each and every one of us represents God or spirit revealing itself here on our planet. Again, this is what is coming back to the beginning here, where we're leading up to September. You may have felt like you had to defend yourself in some way, but this is the shift in defending yourself to just being yourself. Each and every one of us represents God or spirit revealing itself here on our planet. So just be yourself and be open to the good things that are coming so that you can notice them and recognize them when they come and enjoy them and accept them and receive them. Okay, there you go, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sharing with other Sages out there so they might be able to see this as well. And I'll see you guys soon.